If someone's never been in a small group, I think it's important because, number one, our church is kind of big, and I think that it's difficult at times to get to know people personally.
One of the great things about small groups is that if you really want to connect with this congregation and people who are like-minded and like interests, that small groups is the way to go.
There is more of God and His rule.
I think I was afraid of what people would think of me. And I think when you live like I did behind this barrier, you go as far as you're comfortable and you feel good about that. But what I realized was that that world is really small. And I wouldn't have realized that if I had not joined a small group.
Something you don't get in worship is an in-depth understanding that other people are going through the same experience as you are. That comes out very strongly in small groups.
So in some ways, it's actually a comforting experience to understand that you're not alone. And while it's a study group and there's a focus around a curriculum, there's also a lot of discussion about, how do you make faith happen day to day with kids and spouses and jobs? And it's hard sometimes to pull all that together. And it's really comforting to know that other women, in our case, it's an all-women group, have those same struggles.
And I don't think you have to go away to experience God. There are unique opportunities in being out of your comfort.
Some people might believe they don't know enough about the Bible to join a small group. They might feel intimidated.
At first I was very nervous because I was like, I don't know enough about this to be in here. But then I realized neither did anybody else.
You're not walking into a group of Bible scholars, It's not about being an A student, It's about the inquiry.
It wasn't until I really joined the small group that I started reading it.
Sharing stuff like we normally do on a Thursday night.
We struggled with accountability, though.
In this area, I just believe one of the things that stops people from joining small groups is a time issue, that they really feel like their lives are so busy that they can't possibly manage to do one more thing.
Well, for someone saying they don't have time for small groups, you can make up any excuse. If you don't want to be in a small group, you're not going to be in a small group, and it's just going to be an experience that you're going to regret missing. Again, it's about priorities. What's a priority in your life?
Really? John's the overachiever.
And so if you have a question about your faith or your journey, I think a small group is a great place to explore that.
I still have fears, but the barrier's not there. So my new life with Christ helps me to face those fears with courage and confidence instead of with worry. And that's a great new way to live.